Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. Today we're doing a reading on Hwasa and the producer Woogie to see how their friendship is. I know like they've been posting with each other's like social media and that kind of stuff. So maybe we're just looking into like what they could be working on. Some of that there. Maybe we'll see what they've got in the works. Like I said, I don't really follow Mamamoo or Woogie that closely, but I really want to thank the lovely donator who requested this reading. If you'd like to request your own reading, I have a link to my Ko-fi page where for $5 you can basically pick the topic of my next video. And if you want a personal reading, I also have commissions there where you can order one for yourself. I've tried to make it as streamlined and simple as possible. So, if you're interested, let me know. And if you have any confusions, I'm happy to answer your questions. So again, we're going to do a reading on Hwasa and Woogie. I have my Shadowscapes Tarot today. I'll probably throw some Oracle too, just because I'm kind of already feeling called to do that for this reading. It's interesting to see this one where it's like we kind of already know that they interact, but they're not in the same group, that they're, this is an artist and a producer. So it's, I think the only other time I've been asked about this is like Wonho and his production kind of crew friends, but that reading is a while away still. So without much further ado, I'm just kind of chatting with you guys while I shuffle up these cards. This is one of my favorite decks. Oh, and if you do order a reading through the Ko-fi page, feel free to look through my gallery. I have pictures of all of my different decks, and you can totally request a deck you'd like me to use. Multiple decks, it doesn't matter. You can get what you want. You can have it your way. So, all right, let me go ahead. Oops. And we'll do like I always do, which is a past, present, future reading for their friendship, and then I will go ahead and do a reading on each person. So, and then at maybe during those readings, I'll throw the oracle cards too. Okay, so let's go. All right. Past, present, future. We've got kind of reversals here, but that's okay. So we have Knight of Swords in reverse. It seems like in the past, communication was kind of slow going, but it does seem like there was some kind of friendship or something there. So it seems like they've known each other for a long time. I don't know if there's a history from like trainee days, or I know Woogie is on Higher Entertainment now? I don't know. One of Jay Park's labels. I can't keep up. I'm sorry. I think it's one of Jay Park's labels though. So I don't know if just maybe she was working, they've had a long history of working together for different groups or different production companies or something like that. Even maybe before he was with the label he's with now. But it does seem like they probably had very intermittent communication. Because here it's just a slow. So they knew each other, like I think acquaintances for a long time in the past, but maybe they didn't have like a super tight friendship. Then we have Four of Wands in reverse here. This is interesting because Four of Wands is really about like almost like a stability. So it's almost like maybe their friendship isn't stable right now. Usually, like I said, it's like going home, getting to relax, and this is almost like I think they're both extremely busy. Is really the feeling I get off this card is like it's like they seem really tight knit, but there's almost like no time. So they probably talk a lot. I feel like it's SNS a lot, but not a lot of time. Like I just see them both having really packed schedules. So, but Four of Wands definitely plays to creativity. It plays to like a playful relationship, a friendship, kind of youthful one. So I just think it's a shame that they're just really busy, because I do think there's warm feelings there. And then we have, in the future, we have Six of Swords in reverse. Generally, Six of Swords is like a moving on. Like, almost like you're forced to. There's an ousting there. So I do think in the future, something about this reads to me they're going to be on two sides of someone else's fight. This really feels like a wedge being driven by someone else. Now, I'll link the previous Hwasa readings I've done, but I do think she's going to have some issues with some people around her that are not necessarily good people, and it could be something like that where I don't want to say there's like malicious intent, but I do think there's going to be some drama for her in the future, and it may be something that puts a bit of a wedge. Like I said, it almost feels like they both have to pick somebody else's side, and they kind of, their friendship may have a falling out then, but that's in the future. Right now it seems like they're really cool, it's just they're really busy. So I'll go ahead and do a reading on each one, and we'll get a little more information. I might try a new thing where I'm going to cut out about half of the shuffling, just editing wise, so you guys can kind of see that I'm shuffling, but you don't need to see me doing, usually I just speed it up, but if I'm not saying anything relevant, I may just cut a lot of it out, because you guys have seen my videos, you know I'm just sitting here shuffling for like 30 seconds to a minute. I don't think it's a question anymore about me shuffling the cards, so I've got plenty of other videos if you just want to see shuffling. I know some people like it, but I do think it's just, I could get more information in the video, relevant information, if I'm cutting out things like card shuffling. So you guys let me know, what do you think? Do you like this? Do you really want to see me shuffle the cards to make sure I'm doing a good job of it, or would you rather have more time for the actual reading? Because I try to keep the videos, like for a reading like this that's not a personality reading, I try to keep it under 30 minutes, because I feel like everyone's attention span is, you know, relatively short. Even mine, even me. If I see two readings and one of them's 30 minutes and one of them's an hour and a half, I'm gonna watch a 30-minute reading. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my Gemini sun with impatience and wanting my information quickly. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Hwasa. Hwasa, current energies here. How's things with you and Woogie? Wow, so got a Queen of Swords, a King of Pentacles, and a King of Wands. We have a lot. This is a very interesting, okay. Let me pick a sentence to go with. This is a very interesting layout of cards here for her. Again, I think she's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of people pulling at her. She's definitely, seems like she's got some good ideas though that are in the works. Like she's definitely working on something that's going to be successful right now. I mean, I'm hoping that means like Woogie is definitely a part of that. Either it's an album and he's gonna have like a track on the album that's successful, or he might be for her next solo lead track. I don't know. I feel like whatever her next album is, he'll be involved though in some way. But yeah, she's definitely talking money. She's definitely talking and getting ideas across that are going to be fruitful for her. I do think she's at probably one of the highest points of her career right now. We do have the 10 of Pentacles though in reverse. So usually that's like a finality card. Like it's almost like you've reached kind of like your financial goal. She is definitely not there yet. And I just worry that she's in a situation where she's being slightly manipulated by someone, because we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil, and then the Empress in reverse on either side. So she's definitely working on something, but she's got someone else who is almost like, I don't know if they're like smacking down her ideas or they're trying to take credit for her ideas. But there's definitely an outside influence that's trying to block like her. It's almost like trying to block her success, because the Queen of Empress, oh my gosh. Because the Empress is about creation, about like literally bringing things to life, especially in a musical sense. This would be a card for an album or a release of some kind. And Ten of Pentacles is like almost like the end. It's like a generational, like one cycle's worth of wealth that would be putting into the new one. So it's almost like she's got all these great ideas that will be successful, but someone doesn't want to put the money into it right now. Someone is trying to tell her that it's not, like, her ideas aren't worth it. I just hope this is like again, I knew she wanted to do something kind of left of center of what she normally does, and I wonder if like the company is just saying, hey, this is too different, we don't want to support it. I do think this situation is going to change for her. I just think this is in the moment. She's like having to convince them that it's okay, whatever this project she's working on. Because yeah, this really feels like this, whoever is behind like this devil manipulative kind of outside influence is not trying to see her succeed right now. It could be that these are the representing the two of them, and the company's just like, well, you're gonna have to fund this on your own, you know. But I think they would. I don't think this is a manipulation play, so I don't think it's gonna result in something not coming out. She just may have to do more convincing. She may have to compromise a little bit, but she definitely does have someone around her that is trying to manipulate what she's doing or what her artistic vision is, and so is someone who's in charge of funding it. So 8 of Wands, again, this is like things happening kind of quickly. It can also mean communication to me, but it's definitely communication of more of a creative idea. So this is definitely something that works good as songwriting, but it's definitely also getting a creative message across. Again, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. I think in the other reading it was the 3 of Wands, but we're seeing like again, she's not getting support. I don't know what this is why I write this idea. It just seems again like the other people that are supposed to be in her corner are not supporting this either, and it's a 3, so you know, we can kind of make our guess there. It could just simply be that they're just not involved at all and she's not going to them for support, but it kind of just feels like she's definitely trying to do something in her own way, and she's meeting resistance with that. But the 2 of Cups is collaboration, so again, I think it has to do with, you know, if we're following the cards, maybe it is whatever she's working on with Woogie, or like that he is helping along with this. But she's had to kind of go outside this to work with someone else, and she's following her gut though. And the King of Wands, which means she's like really wanting her own creative control as well. I saw this with Wien, that they're fighting for more creative control in all their projects. Now, I don't know if Hwasa is more compatible with generally speaking what the company wants, so she doesn't always run up into this, but it could just be they're all kind of coming to this point where they want to expand on what they've done, and the company kind of just wants them to stay in a lane they know is profitable. So it's like, it's almost, if she's not getting support here, she's going outside for it. if they're not going to fund it here, she's going to find someone who will. So again, this is a reading concerning Woogie, so we're going to assume that he's a part of that. And seeing things like this definitely makes me think she has a male, masculine energy in her corner that is helping her, even when all the other people I feel like that are supposed to support her, that she's used to supporting her, are not. And like, let me just make it clear, when I say, like, I imply like, oh, the rest of the group doesn't want her to do this, or they may not be like very outspoken about it, you know what I mean? Like, they could be off like just minding their own business, you know, but wondering kind of why she's doing what she's doing, or they're watching her but they don't really understand it, so they're not like fighting for her. They're just probably sitting around seeing how it goes, how does it play out, right? Like, I don't ever get malicious feelings from the other girls. I do feel like she's not as tight with some of them as people think. Like, they're not as close as a lot of people think, probably, but besides like one member, I do think she's close with one member. But I do think either they're off on their own doing their own thing and not supporting her, or it's just like they don't understand why she's fighting for this. That is really the energy I get. But I just want to clarify that, because I don't like people thinking when I say she's not supported, that means that the group doesn't like her or is malicious or anything like that. It's not. This malicious energy is totally separate, because it's bigger than her. It's like definitely more powerful and more intimidating for her to go against. I really wonder if we'll see her do what a lot of other groups do when they go against what the company wants. They kind of create a sound cloud and kind of do the underground thing until they can get enough fan support for it to push it forward. So either that, or this is like a collaboration where it's not that's interesting. I do think he may be on whatever project she's got coming up, but I'm also wondering if this is more about some of her experimental stuff is her featuring on his song. There might be an exchange there where he does some work for her solo or Mamamoo album and she guests on his track. Because this is kind of a give and take. This is like a partnership. Yeah, I do get that. I definitely feel like for her ideas, she's got kind of like this one masculine energy here that's helping her, and it seems like it's a repetitive helping. But yeah, the High Priestess definitely means she is going to follow her gut, and the King of Wands means that like she's also going to be in charge of her. She's not letting go of like creative control, so this is just something she's going to have to overcome. So let me go ahead and pull, like I said, I wanted to do some oracle cards, so let me go ahead and do that before I just chatter on about these cards, because this is a really interesting spread for her. So let's ask a couple of things. All right, so how do Hwasa and Woogie, how does Hwasa view Woogie? Let's put it that way. How does she view him? This is a new deck, so I don't think I have reversals in it yet, but I probably will eventually. So how does Hwasa view Woogie? Activation. That's interesting. Okay. So activation, is obviously about kind of someone that's making things happen, allowing things to happen. Breach also means to me it's someone that's like pushing the envelope with her. So I do think if she's kind of trying new stuff, he's definitely encouraging that for her. Breach is like really pushing off to the other side. Activation is that what sparks that movement. you know. And then we have stillness, and stillness really talks about like quieting your mind. So again, I feel like it's supportive in all these aspects, because it's like if there's a lot of other people kind of saying no, or that she shouldn't, he's kind of helping like clear that away. So I don't think he's trying to push her to do anything she wants to do. I think he's trying to allow space for her to just be herself. So I do think she views him as like a support system. I think maybe he's one of the few she has right now, because again, I don't think Hwasa's the type that has a lot of industry friends. So he may be one of the few that's in a good place to kind of help her right now. So I do think they're working on something. So let's go ahead and throw some cards for dropping stuff for Woogie, and see how his energies are going right now. Woogie. That's a little tea. Tea. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh, seeing these two cards, seeing the Three of Cups again in reverse next to that Justice in reverse, I definitely think he feels like that's not fair. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. So he definitely feels like he's in a little bit better of a situation. I do think he's just way more in charge of himself. He doesn't, I know he's on a label and he's a production for a label, but I feel like that label is just there for him to ask questions. He just kind of does his own thing. We have the Moon upright, which means there's a lot of stuff he doesn't know. So it could just mean like how he feels towards Hwasa too. He doesn't have necessarily clear cut feelings about that when it comes to the grander scheme of things. Also, like the Page of Swords means like he doesn't even really know what to say either a lot of the times. like he definitely knows how to make money, or that's definitely like a high goal for him, is making money, but like there's some unclarity here about like how to deal with the situation. And I definitely think it's because of these two cards. When you see the Three of Cups in reverse and Justice in reverse, I do think like he feels like it's not my place to say, like allegedly for entertainment purposes only, that he notices the other three aren't there. Also, I wonder if he feels slighted because maybe he did want to work with Mamamoo as a group, and that double card, energy was part of like maybe saying like no, and Hwasa's kind of doing it anyway. Maybe it could be where she's doing it, even though maybe they asked for the whole group and they didn't get it, kind of thing. Because like there's a little bit of like almost a resentfulness there. Like kind of a disappointment, like definitely feeling like you didn't get a fair shake, right? Temperance and the Tower reverse too. Wow, there's some heavy kind of stuff going on. Yeah, he feels like something was really mismanaged. He might feel like that whole company doesn't really know what it's doing. really doesn't know what it's doing. Tower in reverse means like there's not a big fallout happening. Maybe there was one in the past. Maybe he had a bad experience with some of this in the past. Because a lot of times too, the Temperance card can mean like a company to me, and I don't think it's about his company. And all this could be more about like how he's viewing her situation too, about him feeling like the company is just like really screwing it up. I mean, like I said, that Devil card could be how he's viewing this as. Yeah, these 4 cards especially feel like they tell a story together. Because the three of Wands is like not being able to celebrate something, feeling like it's unfair. I would say if the Temperance card was around more positive cards, it would be about things being handled well. But I think the Injustice and the Tower in reverse are saying that the management is not. It's like they think they're doing well, but they're not. Or it's like the management's being like short-sighted in a way. But I think he feels like it's gonna hurt her and the group, like kind of in the long run. Maybe not in one clean like fallout, but just like slowly and surely over time it will just like chip away at them. And also just his impression, I think. So Queen of Wands is someone who is also taking care, it's like creating, but like for other people. So like this definitely works to him as a producer. So does this magician card. You know, especially she's playing a harp here, but the Queen of Wands means like you're playing for everyone. So Knight of Swords being between like the creation and the person that has all the kind of tools to do that. It's like he's waiting on communication. Like he's waiting on a message like to come through so he can start. It's like he has things together, but he doesn't have the communication, but he will. I think he will. Like I said, I think right now Hwasa is at a point where she has to sell the company, or at least like the portion of the people she's working with on this, that it's the thing to do. So once this, you know, gets the green light, he'll get to work on whatever it is he's working on, or second part of it. I do feel like there's a part that they've already worked on together that's already kind of doing one thing, and it's like a first part of a 2-part thing where they're gonna work on something else, but that's the part that they're having a harder sell to the company maybe. So yeah, I see a lot of him like being like, it's not my place to say it, but like I really don't like the way the company is dealing with this right now. Because I think he's very much in charge of himself. Like his company don't bother him, he does what he wants, and he lives or dies by his own sword. But I do think when he's dealing with all the red tape of the other labels, he's just like, come on guys. Just like for him it shouldn't be this difficult. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some more cards here and see how he feels toward Hwasa. How does Woogie feel toward Hwasa? Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes new beginnings. Again, so that to me tells me like he wants to have multiple projects with her. I think he really does like working with her. But again, remember we were saying how in the presently it felt like they were being pulled in a bunch of different directions. I think this is definitely a part of that. So they also may be a thing where it's like they have to start again and start again and start again to finally get something that the company will accept. I also think new beginnings alludes to liking that she has like a fresh take on things, liking that she wants to try a bunch of stuff. So we'll see there. Oop, I got another one here. Vulnerability. So vulnerability is someone who does wear their kind of emotions on their sleeve. So I also think he sees that she's kind of in a vulnerable place. Maybe he feels like she needs to be more careful with what she's doing and who she's discussing things with and what she's doing. You know, but also she's a Cancer, so he may just appreciate that she is just like a very open-hearted person. You know, especially as a creative, people that can express their emotions really well are very valuable. Okay. Then we have completion. So again, I think we're seeing beginnings, completion, like somebody who he does want to continue working with, someone I think who he believes comes through on their promises. I think he knows the holdup is not her, you know, like chances are the songs are done. It's just the allowing of them to be put out, or the allowing of her to finally put her recording onto it, like his part of it is done kind of thing. So I'm definitely seeing that. The full moon card also may be a good omen for us, like I said, that we will eventually get this green light for them to complete the project. So I just want to throw that in there too before before I clear the cards off that. Like I said, I do think he is looking to see it through, but I do think he views her as someone he enjoys working with and would like to do more projects with. So I think we will see that. I think the cards are saying that we will see more projects from them. It's just a waiting game of when the company is gonna finally like allow it, or which avenue they have to pursue to do it. She has to, again, like make a SoundCloud or do a quote-unquote mixtape to get it out, and it's, or just a digital release, it's not a full promotion kind of thing for her. Then they'll have to look at those avenues. But I do think we'll see them working together more. I don't think this is a one-time deal. I feel like they probably have already past work together, because I think the cards told us that they're past, they've already known each other for a long time, and I think that is in a professional sense. So either he's already done stuff for Mamamoo, or he's done stuff for her solo stuff, or she featured on something for him. There's definitely past work there, so they're gonna keep doing that. They're just gonna keep doing that. So thank you so much for donating to the Ko-fi page. I always really appreciate the support, and also let me know what you guys think of the new editing style, if you like the longer videos, if you like shorter videos, what decks you enjoy seeing on the channel, anything, I'd love to hear more feedback from you guys. I know everyone likes to make the requests, and when my free requests are open again, I will let you know. But for the time being, I am only allowing people who donate through the Ko-fi page to choose the next video. Otherwise, I have a list I'm already working through, and until that's done, I'm not going to take any more free requests. So leave the video a like if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate everyone who comes back and subscribes to the channel. You guys are really awesome. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Please take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye.